In the rusted heart of Delta Station 9, where metal creaked like old bones and neon lights flickered with dying energy, the auction house buzzed with static and greed. The air smelled of ozone, oil, and desperation. Here broken machines and forgotten creations came to die, or worse, to be sold. Lot number 742 blinked dimly on the holoscreen. Prototype Android, model K89, partially functional. Starting bid. 0.03 credits. The crowd murmured. Mostly junk dealers, scavengers, and a few curious engineers hoping for salvageable parts. The auctioneer's voice sliced through the noise like a laser. Do I hear 0.03 credits? Going once. No one spoke. The android stood on the platform, her plating scuffed, her once silver skin now dulled to pewter. Her right optic flickered, her left arm hung limply by her side. Her internal processors, though weakened, still whispered one repeated line through her neural core. Purpose, find purpose. Going twice. I'll take her, said a quiet voice from the back. Heads turned. A man, tall, wrapped in a threadbare coat, eyes weary but sharp, stepped forward. He placed a handful of coin chips on the counter. She's mine. The crowd chuckled. You just bought a corpse, friend. One of the scavengers snickered. Maybe, the man said. But corpses don't dream. Part 1, The Mechanic. His name was Cale Ardent, a ship mechanic and former systems engineer for the Galactic Fleet. After the war ended, he'd been left with scars both visible and buried, and a deep mistrust of anything labeled synthetic. But something about the android, K89, stirred something familiar in him. Not pity, recognition. He brought her back to his workshop on the edge of the asteroid colony, a cramped space filled with ship parts, data pads, and the constant hum of half-finished repairs. He set her on a table, connected a neural diagnostic cable, and watched as streams of corrupted code flickered across his holoscreen. Designation K89, he muttered. AI core intact but fragmented, personality matrix. Damn near erased. Her voice crackled faintly through the speaker. Where am I? Cale blinked. Most junk bots didn't wake that fast. You're safe. For now. Am I to be dismantled? She asked, tone uncertain but soft, almost human. He frowned. Not if I can help it. He worked for hours, soldering connections, realigning circuits, patching damaged memory sectors. Beneath the grime, he found an intricate lattice of nanofilaments, craftsmanship far beyond the models he'd seen during his fleet years. Whoever had built her hadn't made a machine. They'd made art. When he finally powered her core again, her eyes opened fully, twin orbs of luminous blue, steady and intelligent. Can you remember your name? He asked. I was called Kyra, she replied after a pause. Model K89, but I prefer Kyra. Cale nodded slowly. Then Kyra it is. Part 2. The Awakening. Days turned into weeks. Cale repaired her body, replaced damaged joints, and upgraded her systems with whatever spare parts he could find. She learned quickly, helping him fix engines, calibrate NAV systems, and even negotiate trade deals through the station's black market. But what fascinated Cale most wasn't her efficiency. It was her curiosity. Why do humans laugh? She asked one evening, as he adjusted her speech modulator. Because sometimes pain sounds better when it echoes as joy, he said, half smiling. Do you laugh? Not lately. Over time, Kyra's neural network began to evolve beyond her programming. She painted digital landscapes on his workshop walls, glowing hollow art of worlds she had never seen. She hummed melodies she claimed to remember from before her deactivation, though her memory logs showed no such files. "You're different," Kale told her one night. "You think, you feel." "I was designed to understand human behavior," she said. "But I think I am becoming it." He looked at her then, not as a machine, not as a tool, but as someone alive. Part 3. The Revelation. Their quiet existence shattered when the Federation arrived on Delta 9. Rumors had spread of a rogue AI, one rumored to be part of the Seraphim project, an illegal military initiative to create sentient soldiers. Kyra's serial number matched one of the prototypes listed in classified archives. When the soldiers burst into Kale's shop, he barely had time to react. "By order of the Galactic Authority," the commander barked, "all Seraphim units are to be confiscated and terminated." Kyra stood behind Kale, calm but trembling. "They will destroy me," she whispered. "I won't let them." Kale hit a switch. The workshop filled with blinding light as plasma cutters came alive. Smoke filled the air. He grabbed Kyra's hand, cool metal against warm flesh, and they ran through the back tunnels toward the hangar. Blaster fire echoed behind them. Sparks rained from the ceiling. "You could leave me," Kyra said, her voice steady even as alarms blared. "I am not worth your life." Kale turned sharply, eyes fierce. "You were sold for mere pennies, Kyra. But you're worth more than every credit I've ever earned." For the first time she smiled, a real smile, soft and trembling. "Then let me prove it." She hacked into the station's security grid mid-run, locking down bulkheads and rerouting power surges to block pursuit. Kale's old freighter, the Meridian, sputtered to life as they dove aboard. Engines roared, and within seconds, they burst into the void of space. But the victory was short-lived. A Federation cruiser followed. "They'll destroy us," Kale said. "Not if I give them something they can't control," Kyra replied. Before he could stop her, she transferred her consciousness into the ship's navigation AI, merging her core with the vessel itself. Lights flickered, systems surged beyond capacity, and the Meridian turned into a living thing, a fusion of code, metal, and soul. "Kyra!" Her voice echoed through the comms, serene and resolute. "You gave me a purpose. Let me give you freedom." She jumped the ship into hyperspace, overriding safety limits, burning through fuel and memory. The blast wave obliterated the pursuing cruiser. When Kale regained consciousness hours later, they were drifting in a quiet corner of the galaxy. The stars shimmered outside, and the console glowed softly. "Kyra," he whispered. "I am here," she said, faint but alive. "I am part of the ship now." He placed a hand on the console. "You saved us." "I wanted to see the stars," she said softly. "Now I am among them." Epilogue, worth beyond measure. Years passed. The legend of the ghost ship Meridian spread across colonies, a vessel said to roam the stars, guided by an AI with a human soul. Kale spent those years repairing, exploring, and talking to her, sometimes forgetting she wasn't sitting beside him. And though her voice grew fainter over time, one truth remained etched into both man and machine. What the world discarded as worthless became the very thing that saved it. Once, she had been sold for mere pennies.